Let's talk about how to intuitively move through your muscle groups on your body with no set rules, but a general guideline that we are going to move through the entire body as sort of a cycle, however many days it takes, and then we'll move through the whole body again, probably in a whole different way. Okay? That's about as much as I have for rules. General basic guidelines. We're moving through the whole body because it all matters. So, let's say intuitively I spend a day doing, a bunch of back work. And then the next day I want to hit my back from a few different angles. And then the third day I want to hit my back in a whole different way, okay? To like layer in workouts on top of workouts. And then stop and move on. Let's say I instinctively spend a couple days on legs and then a couple days on chest work and a couple days on shoulders. I don't care if it takes, 3 days or 10 days. It doesn't matter how long it takes to cycle through my body. I'm going to hit a certain muscle group as much as I need to. I don't have rules, so I can hit 2 workouts in a row, 3, 4, whatever I need on that muscle group to know, yeah, I've definitely dug into it the way I wanted to and given it reason to develop. Then I move on, okay? However big that training circle ends up being before I move through my whole body, doesn't matter. It's all good. In fact, by just having it work out different ways, by moving through your body in a 9-day cycle and then moving through your body in a 4-day cycle, and then taking 2 weeks, because you're spending multiple days on each section, whatever, it all pays off, okay? Having your body experiencing different types of overload like that, whether it's being worked out several days in a row that it's not used to, as you guys must realize, just like more weight, just like the same amount of weight in less time, any kind of overload, any kind of stimulus that's unusual, that gives it a reason to have to adapt, the muscles have to adapt. And actually moving all around like that and just being artistic with it, that's one of the benefits for me. It actually keeps things more stimulated to keep growing. What were some of the questions I was seeing? Some of you are saying, well, should I just work out whatever I feel like every day? Well, like I said, the general guideline is to move through your body, okay? Let's say it's the beginning of the week, okay, and whatever you fantasize about, whatever sounds the coolest. If you've got this heavy metal video going in your head where you're deadlifting and slamming the weight and just busting ass and sweating, flying everywhere, and all powerful and shit in your head, you should probably go for it that day. You see what I'm saying? Because you have the passion to drive to really bust ass at that. If you're having a day where you're very interested in just working on your deltoids in sort of an isolation manner, maybe in a bodybuilding type manner, okay, where you're doing a lot of sets and really focusing on the mind muscle contraction and not worrying about moving huge weights or anything, maybe you should put your mind into that day. That's all I'm saying, Let your first day of the week just be, or your first day of your cycle be whatever you just want to do, and because you'll pour passion into it. It's all about getting yourself to pour passion, to be really excited about something and fired up about it, in a real genuine way. If watching certain people do a certain lift gets you in the mood to do that lift, there you go. You see what I'm saying? You already have that energy, right? You're fired up. You've been watching the world's craziest deadlift videos where people are just, slamming weights and breaking concrete and noses are bleeding everywhere and it's just you're probably going to have a good day busting ass at that because you got yourself in that mindset, right? So there's a million different ways to actually learn to do this with your own mind. Whatever works for you is what matters. That's all I was really trying to share with you guys about intuitive training, okay? But you do need to work your way through your whole body. So if you happen to spend a few days just going nuts on your chest because you got all fired up about chest, great! Now balance it out. Pull everything this way. Build some thickness up here. Use that exercise I showed you guys, okay? The middle trap, lower trap rhomboid thickener. There's no other way to use weight like that on those particular muscles for that many reps, It's amazing. It's what put that thickness there that people say is, all of a sudden I got all this attention just because basically, that, you want that extra thickness in your upper back. There you go, So, chest, back, legs, shoulders, arms, just whatever it is. Work your way around your body. If you need to spend a few days on a certain muscle group to dig in deep enough to really give it a reason to become more awesome, do it! Why not? Because you can rest however many days they need after that with those muscles, okay? Nothing to be afraid of, guys. Bigger vision, bigger training cycles, okay? A 2-day arm training, a 2-day leg training, a 3-day back training. Oh my gosh, you know? And they might even have as much as, who knows, 6, 7, 8 days of rest based on how long it takes you to move through everything else. And they'll be growing and developing that whole time because you dug in deeper, you hit them from more angles, you gave them more reason. You put 3 days worth of your workout energy into your back. Think about that. You put something in, you get something out. Now it's a yin and a yang. You're going to need the balance. You're going to need all the right nutrition, and people are missing that, of course, too. There's a lot of misconceptions. But keep asking questions, and I'm going to keep clarifying things for those of you that, want to, work with any of these kind of ideas. Go for it, Like I say, though, do anything. You take responsibility yourself, I love you all. Let me know what else your questions are, what you think, what you need, what we can work with from here. But yeah, I needed to paint a little bit of a picture of my whole artistic way of making sure I do train the shit out of every muscle group in my body. I just don't have the kind of rules and confines about it that, people trying to fit their whole life into a weekly cycle or whatever society says at the time. To me, that's all just, it's arbitrary. It's just some arbitrary system. I'm more concerned with finding out, okay, push that aside like there's no rules and just see every day as a day for yourself and work through this at the pace that makes sense to you, where you really get into each part the most. And whatever that training cycle is, however long, however many days it took you to work through your body that way, it was worth it, and it was a beautiful cycle, and it doesn't matter if they all come out at different amounts of days, okay? All right, let me know if you feel me on that or understand any of that or want any more, or if that's just way too right brain and nobody gives a shit. You guys just let me know, and we'll redirect the conversation from there, all right? May the Force be with you.